Hold it to the next question.
It's the baseball all-star break, so here's a softball. Jackie has received a string of government worker and labor union endorsements and vowed to bring about a very different state than the one we have today. A candidate named Bill Kennedy is running on implementing a 4% state income tax. How will you keep Maggie Hassan from sneaking through as a moderate? Wow. So you're assuming that she's going to be the nominee for the Democratic Party, or you mean between now and their primary? I'm saying somehow there are two candidates who have managed to find a way to run to her left. She's right with them. She is right with them. And we have to remind the voters of New Hampshire that we've had a candidate before who took the pledge against broad-based taxes. And she honored that pledge in her first term, and she honored that pledge in her second term, and in her third term she supported a sales tax for New Hampshire. That candidate was the moderate Jeanne Shaheen. Jeanne Shaheen is no moderate, and I can speak from experience again about that. She was not credible then. Maggie Hassan is not credible now. Maggie Hassan has as liberal a record as Jackie Silly does. Maggie Hassan, thank you. She has as little a record as Jackie does, and she has supported an income tax in the past. Someone should be asking Maggie Hassan, what was your conversion moment? When did you decide you were against a broad-based tax? When did you become a pro-business moderate? And get an answer to that question. She is exactly where they are, Alex. And it's up to us as citizens of New Hampshire and as candidates to remind the voters exactly where the Democratic Party and their candidates would take this state in a fundamentally different direction. I present the starkest contrast in a general election, and the voters will have a clear choice. And the choice they're going to choose is the choice that leads to prosperity and the prosperity agenda that we're advocating. And we need your help to get there.
I agree with Ovid that Maggie Hassan, or Hassan, or everyone is their name, she is as left with the other two candidates. She just is trying to mask it, but we'll make sure we do a good job of not allowing her to do that. The other thing here is that I didn't mention on that Medicaid question is, first of all, Maggie Hassan has said she supported an income tax in the past. And by the way, she doesn't support the constitutional amendment to ban an income tax, which is all you need to know about her. But as far as this Medicaid goes, they want the expansion to happen. And this will undoubtedly be used for them to try to back New Hampshire into a broad-based sales or income tax. That's the only way they could actually try to pay for it. So they should also be asked a question, you support the Medicaid expansion, how do you plan on paying for it? Jackie Silly's transparent. She says, I support the broad-based tax. Maggie Hassan, she supports it, but she's not saying it. Lastly, I will tell you this. I fought Maggie Hassan and Jackie Silly both tooth and nail during their term in the state senate while I was the director of Cornerstone. I was there in the front lines fighting things like the LLC tax, fighting things like the tax on lottery winnings, fighting things like the tax on electricity rates. All these 84 taxes and fees, I was there every day in the New Hampshire Senate fighting them tooth and nail successfully against a lot of these tax policies they were trying to put forward. And I make no doubt if I am your nominee, I will take every moment I can to remind the voters of every tax hiking, job killing, business busting, nanny stating, Debbie Downer policy these two ever voted.
Grok TV.